Every guy has that one girl that they fumbled, bro. They fumbled so hard and they still think about till this day. Like the babe fit the criteria. For some reason, you're just too cocky. You just didn't care about her, bro. Didn't treat her good. And then when she left, that's when you actually felt it. You don't realize what you got until she's gone. Like when you had her, you were just, yeah, you just link her, not treat her nice. Then when she goes, you realize like, damn, how good you had it, bro. You had it good. You'll just be laying in bed and like just hands behind your back, looking in the ceiling like, yo, I fumbled the biggest bag, bro. Like this girl was perfect. I'm a dickhead. It's like you can't even blame the girl. You gotta blame yourself because she didn't do nothing wrong. You did. You did everything wrong, bro. Like that's the saddest part about it. You can't blame anyone else. You have to take it in and be like, yo, I fumbled that bag. I fumbled it. I know some of you man still till this day still think about that one babe, fam. I know you man sort of like you reminisce. You wish you could go back in time and stop and just stop. Actually treat the babe nicely.
Every guy has one female he regrets playing, he regrets using, he regrets manipulating. Every guy has one woman he lost and he regrets losing that woman till this day. In this video, a group of men came out to expose how they regret playing, using, and manipulating women who love them genuinely. I'm going to roll the clip that I was watching. So many of us women always think when men play women, when they use women, when they manipulate women, they really don't give a damn. Yes, in this video, you're going to be shocked by what a lot of men had to say concerning the one who got away, concerning the women they played, they used, they betrayed, they manipulated. Get a glass of wine and let us sip into this tea together. I'm dying to see your comments on the comment section, and I'm going to see you guys at the end.
You know, I was talking to a lady today, and a lot of y'all say, I'm waiting for him to change. I can remember distinctly when I started hurting girls. I was around 15 years old, and I was dating this young lady. She's dark skinned. She had nice lips, thick body. And for a while, for about a year, she had turned me out. She used to take me to her house, feed me a steak, have sex with me, and send me home. I would catch the bus from her house at 11 o'clock at night. Probably did this for about a year. And then one day it all shifted, it changed. And I started mistreating her because I felt like I didn't have control. And she was so dominant over me that I was embarrassed, but I couldn't do anything about it. So I'm saying this to say this. I remember mistreating girls starting at age 15 all the way up until I went into therapy when I started talking about why I was mistreating girls, and I was 47. 32 years straight. So there's no such thing as waiting on your Leon or a female like me, Leona, to change. If they've been doing it for as long as I've been doing it, it becomes a trait. It becomes ingrained. It becomes embedded to be emotionally detached, to hurt people, to lie, to gaslight, to cheat, to break hearts. And then they become used to it. And then they start to expect it. You know why? Because it feels good to have the dominant force in my direction. It felt good to watch her cry. And I know this is triggering for y'all, but I'm saying it so that you realize that you can't hope and wish for a person to change. Some of you go to church, you pray more for that person that's hurting you than you pray for the people that are helping you. That's the part that's insane. Doing something over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. I hurt girls for 32 years straight. 35 years straight. 40 years straight. Because when I got out of therapy, 2014, it took me another 5 years, 6 years, 7 years to say, okay, I finally grow up. And it's not that I'm being real to y'all because I'm getting older. I'm almost 60 and I don't want to die alone. No. All my messages come from God, period. I don't plan a video. I don't plan to talk. I don't plan a Zoom. It just happens. And this is my assignment. So stop waiting on people to grow and change and make your grow and change inevitable. Because they've been doing it for so long. That's exactly who they are. And guess what? That's exactly who they want to be. You have a great day.
Fellas, so I'm going to tell you a quick story time about the one that got away in my life. So about 2 years ago, I had met this woman, got acquainted with this woman or whatever it may be. And she, at the time, one of the best women that I've ever met and that I've ever been with in my life. I'm talking about she, wonderful person. She was a smart lady in the healthcare field. She was very in school, very motivated, very beautiful, in shape. She cooked, she cleaned, she was smart. Her family loved her, the people around her loved her. She was just a very vibrant and a very wonderful individual, and I really admired the way that she carried herself. She was very traditional. She covered herself up. She wasn't like some of the new age women that we see today, and no disrespect to those ladies. At that time, I wasn't a bad man, but I didn't have everything together. My mental wasn't right. The way that I was carrying myself wasn't together. The way that I presented myself wasn't together. And I was one of those men that allowed red pill podcasts or certain content on the internet or certain things that we see on the internet talking about how men should be the women, how women should be the men and stuff like that. I was one of those guys that fell victim, and I'm holding myself accountable. But I was one of those guys that fell victim to that bullshit and thinking that that's how relationships and that's how people should be. And that was a big reason, my attitude and the way that I looked at life, that was a big reason why that relationship had came to an end. And I'm no longer in that. And I fumbled that. And my ego was big, super arrogant, super whatever. I was just letting the wrong information get in my mind, and I end up losing a wonderful woman. If the man that I am today, if I was that man then, we would have been married, we would have had kids by now. But even though I lost that lady, even though I fumbled that woman, what I learned was, after I really went through a process of working on myself, evolving, getting my mind right, becoming better, seeing what it truly means to be a man, seeing what it truly means to be a man to a woman, and seeing how a man should carry himself, how a man should operate, how a man should be. Once I done the work and I focused on becoming the best version of myself, I started to notice that the more that I evolved, the more that I started meeting women that were equal to her or that was just as great as she was and still were wonderful people, gave me wonderful experiences and things of that nature. So fellas, a lot of times we as men, we gonna fumble a good woman, whether it's one, whether it's two, whether it's three. But what you need to know is, the more that you grow, the more that you become better, the more that you start to improve, the more that you evolve in all areas of your life, you are going to come across women that are amazing and that are wonderful. And it's on you as a man to make sure that you don't f that up, because you can f it up if you're not right up here and if you're not doing the right things. So fellas, if you fumble the bag, if you fumble the lady, I know it hurt. It don't feel good. But I promise you, bro, the more that you grow, the more that you become better, you're going to see that there's so many wonderful women and so many great options, and you're going to find that person that you feel is for you.
When I was younger, if I hurt a girl's feelings, it wouldn't really bother me as much, But as time goes on, as niggas get older, now it starts bothering us. Now, you gotta understand, when you're messing with a teenage boy, you cannot expect anything out of him. You cannot expect a relationship or like something long-term with a boy that's still maturing. You know what I'm saying? Girls mature faster than boys. It's not an excuse, but it's really just reality. That's the reality of what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when we're younger, we don't have any remorse. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's really no remorse. But when you get older, it's like, damn, like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, now I feel bad. It's always gonna come back around. And trust and believe, karma is real. If a man does you dirty, it's gonna come right back around. Take it from me, because it's happened to me numerous times.
I'm not gonna lie, I fumbled the woman I was supposed to marry, and it was completely my fault. See, in a lot of relationships and situations I've had with women, it's rarely ever been my fault as to why things ended. Like, I've been cheated on, I've been played, I've been strung along. Like, there's been so many situations to where it hasn't been directly my fault as to why things haven't worked out. But this particular girl, with this story I'm about to tell you guys, it was completely my fault, and I can't lie. After seeing the delusion that's in the market today, I'm just like, anything I could do to get that woman back, bro, and just go back to that time, I'll do it, bro, you know. So there was this girl that I had mutual friends with, innit? And I'd seen her a couple of times, in like when I was just walking through town and stuff like that. Anyways, one day, like I had her on Snap as well, innit? So I swiped up to her story one time, then we just start talking, you know what I'm saying? Then we just start realizing we got a few things in common. We start talking more and more and more and more. And long and behold, we link up, you know what I'm saying? We vibe or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then we you know, keep linking up, and then one thing leads to another, and she became my girlfriend, you feel me? It was never like an argumentative type of thing, you feel me? Like, it was a very healthy relationship. Like, when she was wrong, she'd genuinely apologize. She'd literally ask me how I'm doing on a daily basis. She'd check up on me. If I hadn't responded in too long, she'd be like, yo, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, so many different things in it. You feel me? And to me, because I was so immature at the time, and because of like how young I was and my lack of experience, I was just like, bro, she's bare needy, bro. Like, why is she always bugging me, bro? Like, bro, she's bare annoying, man. You feel me? I'm just bored, man. This girl's boring. Because at the time, right, I'm there thinking, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be like Future. I have 20 different hoes. So I thought was cool. But, you know, I'm just there like, I had a healthy thing that I fumbled. And so there was one day, I was in my room and I was like, yeah, you know what? I need to break up with this girl, man. Feel me? Because she's getting on my nerves, bro. I swear to God. So I invite her over, whatever. And then, you know, we're talking, and then I just tell her, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's not you, it's me. You know the scripts, guys, you feel me? And, you know, she started crying and breaking down. Now, bear in mind, she'd basically introduced me to her older sister. And then when she got home, my older sister, like, called me through the girl's phone, and the older sister was bare mad. And the parents were there as well, which was crazy, man. You feel me? And this girl had met my mom as well. And even to this day, my mom still asks about her. Like, I was like, yo, that's how much of a great woman she was, man. Like, after a while now, she must have got over, man, innit? You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, like, bro, she was genuinely, like, wifey material. Because I told us, like, some things about me, innit, that were, like, deep. And she handled it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't ready, bro, I fumbled it. So if you're somebody who's in a situation where like, oh, this girl's bare clingy, she's needy, trust me, keep that girl, marry that girl. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her go, man, because, bro, what's out here, fam? Trust me, it's 10 times worse, bro.
Somebody I looked up to told me one day, if he could rewind time back, he would have never cheated on the woman that he wanted to be with at that time. Now, this man get a lot of women's attention, a lot. And he said as a young man, he couldn't control himself. Every woman that was throwing it at him that was fine, he was taking it. And sometimes he would cheat on the girl that he was with, and not that he done, he'll literally start thinking to himself, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? So he said he started feeling bad, and then he didn't want to talk to the girl. And then when he got home, he just felt like something was eating at him. He said over the time, he wasn't getting caught, so he started getting number and number and number to the feeling. Until one day, she called him up. And that one day cost him everything. The crazy part about it, he wasn't even married. He was so hurt that the decision that he made took him away from his family. He said, man, I messed up, man. I had a woman that was a good woman. She cooked, she cleaned, she respected me. She did everything I wanted a woman to do as a young man. He said when he was in his early 20s cheating on that young lady, that was the dumbest thing or the dumbest mistake he ever made. And this the part that blew my mind, right? He said when she found out she was hurt, she didn't want to talk to him. He said they started talking again because they had a child together. But she quickly turned her feelings off. He said he would go to her saying that he was sorry and think that things could change, they can get back together. But every single time he said he's sorry, she says, I know, and I forgive you. I just hope you find the person that you're looking for. He said every woman that he done dealt with from that point on, the way she carried herself, the way she stood on business, and she told him while they was dating, before they had a child, if you play with me once, you will never have a chance to play with me again. And that one time, he never got a chance to do it again. He said on the day of her wedding night, he cried because it hurt him so bad to see her walk down the aisle with a good guy. He said, so Lil Sean, if you ever get you a good woman and she good to you, you make sure you stay home and do everything in your power to keep that relationship going. And if she do right by you and you do right by her, it won't be hard to do it. Moral of the story is, that good woman for life is not worth losing for that good moment for the night.
If you look at what I did 10 years ago and what I do now, it's not the same. I'm very remorseful for what I did to women now that I'm a father to a daughter. Because when I look at my daughter as a baby, it's like I can't. It's almost like it suffocates me with guilt. Like it suffocates me with the guilt that I harbor for what I did to women when I was younger. Because maybe one day a man would do that to my daughter, and I hope she doesn't pay the price for the things I did. I try to always be polite to women.
Sure.
But I'm sure that there were women that I used for my own sexual purposes, and it was disregarding their emotional desire.
When a guy fumbles a girl he really likes, the pain of that comes in waves. A lot of men describe it as a sharp feeling in your chest area right where your sternum is. And other men experience a strong sense of disappointment in themselves. This is called baddyitis. Baddyitis can be triggered when said girl posts a picture with her new man, when you see her just level up on Instagram in a whole new social circle living her best life, or sometimes it can just be triggered when you're driving and you have to pull over. And ladies, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Yes, a man can experience this when he's in a relationship. Now, some men recover from baddyitis by throwing themselves into their work, the gym, and just leveling up. But on the other hand, some men just don't really ever recover. Fumbling her makes them lose their sauce completely.
When a man fumbles a good woman, he will carry that shit in his chest till the day he dies. And I got a masterclass in this when I was just 9 years old, and I witnessed my stepbrother fumble the woman of his dreams, the one that got away. And I think he was about 20 at the time, but this woman, my God, she was the kind of woman that fit the description of any R&B song from the early 2000s. She was all that. I will never forget at the Christmas gathering how many people pulled him aside and was like, you better marry that one. She's incredible. And what did he do? He shit the bed. I think he even cheated on her. And the thing is that I ended up catching up with him probably 5 or 6 years ago because my dad ended up divorcing his mother. And I asked him about it. I was like, what happened there? And I will never forget what he said to me. When you're young, you think that every woman is going to be like that. And he said, that is one regret that I will have for the rest of my life. I wish I could just take her to dinner and apologize for what an asshole I was. And the thing is that now he's married and he has kids. And I already know that he has put his wife through so much more than the one that got away. And so I want you to really get through your head that the reward for putting up with nonsense is more nonsense. After that breakup with that woman, his life went downhill. But that woman, the one that got away, she got her degree. She bought a house in her mid-20s. Last time I checked, she's traveling the world. So it's far better to be the one that got away than the one who stayed and who he trained for.
Can you talk about how men like to play women who are out of their league? Ladies, welcome to the Daddy Academy. This is a great topic. And this is the reason for a lot of problems and turmoil within relationships and dating, okay? Basically, it's an insecurity thing, okay? He shot way up. He got lucky. And he does not feel worthy of you. He is insecure. He hasn't done the self-work. He has low confidence. So over time, he is either going to try to manipulate you. He's going to try to play the scenario. He's going to try to come out as the winner at the end of this, however this ends, because he doesn't feel worthy to keep a woman of your caliber, okay? But ladies, I'm going to point the question back to you, okay? Why are you settling for men who are out of your league and aren't hitting your criteria, okay? That's an insecurity thing as well. You think you are going to get played by the tall, successful, handsome guy. So you're shooting low, or you're allowing that guy who's beneath you, so to speak, to get you. But listen, I'm going to tell you something. This is complete, honest truth, okay? I'm 30 years old. I've seen a lot of relationships. I know a lot of guys. I know a lot of women. Like, more times than not, significantly more times than not, the guys who play women or the guys who are mean to women, these toxic guys, are the guys who shot way up. They're not the tall, handsome, successful guys. Those guys, more times than not, obviously they're outliers, so don't take this as gospel, but more times than not, those guys treat women very well. Like, maybe it doesn't work out, but like, they treat women well because they're used to talking to women. They're used to being with women. They're already successful. They don't need to take anything from you. They don't need to leave you worse off than before. You should be better off, even if it was a casual dating thing. You'd be better off just like, oh, he was such a nice guy, like just didn't work out. Shucks, right? That's how you should come out of a situationship. Not like, oh, I felt like I was played and this guy just completely screwed me over and I feel like shit now, right? That usually happens when a guy is shooting up, hasn't done the work, he's insecure, low confidence. That's what will happen a lot of times. So ladies, keep those standards high. It might take you a little longer to find that guy, but if you drop and you settle, you're going down to an area of guys who haven't been to the Daddy Academy. They don't know the self-work. They haven't done the work yet. And you're risking, there's some issues going on in here that might leave him to playing you, manipulating you, treating you poorly. And we don't want that. I don't want that for you. All right. So keep those standards high. Don't let these loser guys play you.
There are so many men who are going to regret all the horrible things they did to you when they finally have a daughter. There are so many men who will regret all the different ways they hurt women when they were in their teenage years, when they finally have a daughter. Because they are going to be scared another man will do these very same things to their daughters because they did these things to you. They are scared that their daughter shouldn't pay the price of their mistakes. All the things they did to women in their past will haunt them, and their daughters will go through these very same things they put other women through. It's hard to find a successful man, a successful high-value man who is in the street playing women. Most men who are playing women, manipulating women, and using women are men who are low vibrational, are men who are broke, men who are unsuccessful, men who have not done the work, men who are seeking validation from women, men who are growing up. And when you, a woman, you lower your standards to date a man who isn't up to your level, this man will in turn play you, because he's not a high value man. He's seeking validation, he's seeking for an ego boost. He is broke, he doesn't have what it takes, so he's going to use you to feed his ego. But a man who is successful, a man who has money, he doesn't see the need to play you because he doesn't need anything from you. If this man needs sex, he can pay for sex, but because you are dealing with a man who is low vibrational, he's not going to see your word. When a man is in his early 20s, when he's still very young, excited, experimenting and experiencing life, or maybe he just gets into the dating field, he's very excited, he wants to date so many girls, he wants to sleep with a lot of women because he thinks it is a trend. That is what is going to make him the man. But in the cost of living this playboy lifestyle, a lot of them encounter good women who really stick with them, who are down to them 100%. And because they are so immature and disloyal, they end up playing games and losing these women and spend the rest of their lives looking and searching for these same women in other women who they get into relationships with. There are so many men who have lost good women, who have fumbled the bag, who have lost women who they will never have, and they will regret losing these women for the rest of their lives because they played these women, they betrayed these women, they hurt these women, and these women didn't deserve it. These were women who stood by them, who fought for them, who prayed for them, who did everything for these men. But because they were excited, they thought playing the game, manipulating a woman, sleeping around, being disloyal makes them the man. But they fucked around and found out that a good woman is hard to find. And they found themselves looking for this woman in every woman they dated. There are a lot of men who are presently going through this situation in today's day and age. He's still emotionally immature. He is not emotionally intelligent to understand the kind of love, the kind of value. He doesn't understand your value. He doesn't see your worth. He doesn't know what you bring to the table. So he cannot value you. Most of them, they don't even appreciate the things you do for them because they think these very same things you're doing for them, other women are going to be able to do these things for them. They think your loyalty, your commitment, all of these things is something that is easy for them to find until they go into the street and find out, until they go into the street and see that you were the best thing that ever happened to them, until they lose you for someone else to realize that the grass is not always green on the other side. There are so many men who have found themselves in this situation, and that is why when they fuck around and find out, you see them coming back, they run back into your life, you see them sliding into your DMs trying to beg you, because they saw that the grass was not green on the other side. They realized what they lost, but it is not your place to take them back. There are some people who have to learn their lessons by losing you. Some men will only learn by losing you, because going back to him won't help him to change. If you take a guy back who cheated on you, who betrayed you, who hurt you, who played you for a fool, who used you, guess what? When you take him back, he's not going to change. It's not by taking him back that is going to make him value you. If this guy didn't value you back then, he's not going to value you now if you take him back. Let him realize what he lost, but don't take him back, because the minute you take him back, he's going to take you for granted. He will take you for granted because you took him back. It's not your place to make guys who play you feel better about themselves. Most of these men are only coming back to you because they fucked around and found out the girl who they left you for didn't want them. That's why they are coming back. The girl who they left you for disappointed them. That's why they are spinning the block to come back and beg you. Most of them realize your worth because they saw that no other woman was willing to do the things that you did for them. That's why they are coming back. Some of them are coming back to still play you again because no other female would tolerate their BS like you did. No other girl was willing to tolerate the disrespect, the lies, the cheating, their horrible behavior towards you the way you did. No other girl is going to tolerate them the way you did. That's why they are coming back to you. It is not your place to take them back. Even if this guy goes into the streets, leaves you for another person, betrays you, and he comes back into your life, do not take him back because he is going to take you for granted. The things you're tolerating from this man won't tolerate these things from you if the roles were reversed. It is not your place to make him feel better. Let him learn from his lesson and live with his lessons. Let him learn from his lessons and move on. And it is your place to do the development and move on as well. And you need to help him learn from this lesson by not taking him back. You have to allow people deal with the consequences of their actions, even though the consequences of their actions hurt you. This guy knew that he was going to betray you. He knew he was going to hurt you. He knew what he was doing. He knew everything he did. He's not dumb. Men are not dumb. When they play you, they use you, they manipulate you, they cheat on you, when they are disloyal and disrespectful, they know that these things are going to hurt you. When they betray you, they know it's going to hurt you. He knew the consequences of his actions. He knew it was going to hurt you, but he didn't care how it was going to make you feel. So long as he was making decisions that were going to benefit him and please his own selfish desires. Most of these men left you because they knew that you loved them so much, and they knew they were going to come back into your life and you were going to take them, receive them back with open arms. Maybe you showed this guy that you were so desperate for his love that you were willing to do anything to keep him, and he left knowing that he was going to come back and you take him back, even if he knew your word. And most of them, when they come back, you stupidly and foolishly take them back. Do not take him back. These men will continue to take you for granted whenever you take them back. For every time a guy plays you, disrespects you, manipulates you, and you take him back, you are teaching him how to keep disrespecting you. You are teaching him how to treat you. So do not take him back when he comes to spin the block on you after hurting you. Don't. When you take a guy back who hurt you, who betrayed you, you are showing him that you have accepted to be a second option. You are making this guy understand that you don't see your value, you don't see your worth. You're so desperate for his love to the point where you are willing to wait for him to fuck around and find out, and you're still going to receive him with open arms. You are making this guy see that you have accepted you not being a priority to him. So don't take him back. Don't. You deserve a man who knows from the very first day that you're the one for him. You deserve a man who knows your value, who doesn't have to play games to fuck around and found out that you were the best thing that ever happened to him. You deserve a man who knows your worth. You deserve a man who doesn't have to betray you and play games and manipulate you and hurt you. You don't deserve that kind of a man. So besties, I want each and every one of you to ask yourselves this question. Do you really want a guy who would risk losing you, who would betray you, who would disrespect you, who would leave you just for another woman to go into the streets, fuck around and find out that you're the best thing that ever happened to him before he comes back and starts begging you? Is that the kind of guy you want? Wouldn't you want a man who would be scared to lose you, who wouldn't even risk losing you, who wouldn't even want to put you in a position where he would have to lose you, who would value you so much that he would want to wife you right on because he doesn't want to have another, he doesn't want to let another man have you? Isn't that the kind of man you would want to keep? Isn't that the kind of man you would rather have? A man who would do everything to keep you, rather than a guy who would risk losing you, rather than a guy who would leave you because he thought the grass was green on the other side, only for him to fuck around and find out that you were the best thing that ever happened to him. I'm saying this so you guys should choose wisely. There are some men who left you because they thought they could do better, and when they went into the streets and picked their greatest shock, they came back running to you because They thought you were the backup plan. You're not a backup plan. You're not a second option. You are not a spare tire. When a man plays you, when he uses you, when he manipulates you, and goes into the streets thinking he can do better, that isn't someone you should accommodate. That isn't someone you should talk to. That isn't a man who deserves you. That is a man you need to leave blocked. That's a man you need to avoid. That's not someone you need to deal with. You deserve a man who knows from the first day that you're the one for him. Even though this guy hurt you, even though this guy played you, he fumbled the bag. One day he's going to realize he fumbled the bag. He's going to come back. They always come back. When he has gone into the street and seen that there is no one like you, he's going to regret losing you, especially if you were a good woman to this guy. And he's definitely going to come back. But when he comes back, promise me you're not going to take him back. Promise me no matter how much this guy begs you, no matter what he tries to offer you in order to get you back, don't take him back, because the truth is they are only going to take you for granted even more. They will one day sit and think about all the good things you did for them, and think about the fact that no woman will ever love them the way you did, because you loved them at their lowest. You loved them when they had nothing to offer. You loved them when they were nothing, and you loved them genuinely. And when he will sit and realize that no woman will accept him at his lowest, and you are willing to do that, and he sees that you're rare, he's going to regret losing you. So besties, I hope you love watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.